Basically, I worked non-stop. I didn't have a break and was living two lives. Well, as a little girl, I loved fashion because my family was heavy into the church. So I would always have these like crazy, insane like Sunday outfits. My grandmother was a woman who everyone looked to and like couldn't wait to see what her outfits were when she was at church every Sunday. So that's kind of the base of where it came from. And I didn't realize that until I got older because I went to Catholic school in the city. If you look at my track record, everything I've gotten in trouble for in school was for like not wearing the appropriate uniform. Clothing was my way of expressing who I am. When I went to college, I entered in studying nursing because my parents wanted me to, and I obeyed. And then eventually, after not doing well with it, I moved on to advertising and psychology as a double major. And obviously, I didn't study fashion, but that's where my passion was at. During the summer, I was at a market research company interning, and the whole time I wasn't completely happy. So I applied for all these fashion internships throughout the summer. Finally, at the end of the summer, I get a phone call. It's from this major fashion magazine, and I get the job after the interview, which blew my mind. And the problem is I didn't tell them that I was living in Philadelphia. Opportunity was thrown at me, and it was like, you asked for it, now you have it, make it work. So basically Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I went to New York and I had a 3-hour commute door to door. Tuesday and Thursday, I did all of my classes and like stayed in the tech center and studied. And then I worked Saturday and Sunday to support my travels. I don't think you sleep when you're that young. So basically I worked non-stop. I didn't have a break and was living two lives. And then I graduated. Again, I was at a crossroad and I didn't know what to do because there were no jobs in fashion. I had spent all my money traveling to intern. I couldn't graduate and like not have any income. So I took the job at the market research company, and after a couple months in, I knew that it was not the right fit for me. And so then eventually I found a way to start freelancing for magazines. After all of that, and even landing a job at a fashion magazine as an assistant, I knew I was on the right path, but I didn't understand how impactful it was to my life until the moment I knew I found my fit was when I was at an Alexander Wang show. I don't have a seat, I'm just an assistant, like probably shouldn't have been there, but went anyway. And then in the middle of the show, I start crying. And in that moment, I knew that there was something that was like worth all of this. I can't believe that I'm here. Right now, I am the senior fashion editor at Cosmopolitan, and I'm right where I always wanted to be. And I think about the journey that got me here. The best advice I've ever gotten is to not take anyone else's advice. The reason being is no one has walked in your shoes and has been on your journey, so they can't make the decision for you. In life, any little thing can make you question yourself and who you are, but you have to learn to ignore it and push it out. I'm Tiffany, and this is a story of how I found my fit.